Hi, welcome to my video on my new unit on second derivative of functions. This is the first video explaining the symbol. Oh, I took that away too early. The symbol for second derivative. The first derivative of y with respect to x, here is y. So the first derivative is derivative of y with respect to x is d dx on the y. So we can change dy dx to d dy. So we've seen that done many times before. So dy dx times d dy is the same as d over dx. And dy dx, derivative of y in terms of y is 1. So we got dy dx. So that's the first derivative. So the second derivative is the derivative of the first derivative. And that's d dx on dy dx, which is d squared y with dx squared. Oh, let's go back to here. So dy dx is also could be called y prime, or it also could be the prime of the function notation f of x. And the second derivative could also be called y double prime or double prime of f of x. So also, I want to draw a note that, just to remind, the first derivative is y prime, or sorry, dy dx, and the second derivative is d squared y over dx squared, that we already know. But think about, rather than go through excuse me, all this every time, the faster way would be if you're doing d dx on the y, just multiply, like just, so there's d dx on the y is dy dx, and d dx on the first derivative dy dx is, again, d squared y dx squared. So here I'm showing you the going through it, but this is the faster way without writing it out every time. So let's do a couple of examples. Find the first and second derivative of each. So y equals x cubed plus 4x squared. So the first derivative is d dx. So I do the d dx of each side. And now the shortcut, instead of writing it down dy over dx, etc., just go dy dx, and the derivative in terms of x is 3x squared plus 8x. And the second derivative is, the second derivative here is you do d dx on this, so you would do d dx and dy dx and d dx and 3x squared plus 8x, and that's d squared y dx squared. And so the derivative of polynomial in terms of x is 3 times 2 is 6x plus 8. And we have another one to do, first and second derivative of 4. So the first derivative of is do d dx on the y, and we do d dx on e sine squared x. power. So again, this is dy dx, and the derivative here in terms of x, derivative of e is this function, e sine squared x, and we have a chain rule. So the derivative of sine squared x is 2 sine x to the power of 1, and then the derivative of sine is cos, so we do a chain rule twice. Do a derivative rule on the power, we do a derivative rule on the sine x. So that gives us dy dx is 2e sine squared x, and we have sine x cos x. And the second derivative here, we have three functions. So we have d dx and dy dx, and we have three functions. So let's see. And back in one of my previous videos, I had let me do this first. This is d squared y. Okay, so d dx on this. So the 2 is outside because it's a constant. So I'm going to put that big one here. And let's see if we can. So we have three functions. So previous to this, we had the derivative. It was d dx on e of that times sine x cos x, and then plus it was e sine squared x, and the derivative of the second one, which is sine x. And we also had e, when you have three functions, you do the derivative of each one. So I did the derivative of this one times these two, then the derivative of this one times these two, then the derivative of this one times these two. So that's sine x d dx on the cos x. And we put a big bracket so you can see a lot of, not bad, but I'm just explaining that you do the second derivative depending on what the function is, how awkward it's going to get. So we have a 2 and big bracket, so the derivative of ex squared, that's the same as right there. So I have 2e sine squared x sine x cos x, and now I have to do this one, so it's e sine squared x, derivative of sine x is cos x, and e sine squared x sine x, derivative of cos x is negative sine x. And we just simplify that, so we get 2. And let's see, so we have 2e sine squared x sine x cos x, e sine squared x cos squared x, and we have, oh, I see a minus there, subtract, because of this negative right here, the negative right there. So we have negative e sine squared x and times sine squared x. And if you, let's see, we have, if I wanted to, I could take e sine squared x is in each of these, so I can factor that out if I want to make it a little bit easier using the math. So there it is. So take this e to the sine squared x out, we get 2 sine x cos x plus cos squared x minus sine squared x. Again, that's just a double derivative, but I have 3 functions here. So again, when you have 3 functions, you do the derivative of each one times the other 2, 3 times. One for that one with these 2, and the derivative of this one with these 2, and the derivative of cos with these 2, and that's what I've done here. So that's explaining doing the second derivative. And again, if you like my video, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content of my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video helped you. Bye-bye.